Well, a lot of you have asked questions about why Justice of the Peace David Kobos was involved in determining Corrales' cause of death and releasing the report on it instead of a medical examiner. Well, Jason Freund talked to Kobos about that. Jason, what did you learn?
Well, Crystal, when I went out to go speak to Judge David Kobos, he said the main reason behind him, a Justice of the Peace of Midland County Precinct 2, releasing the details on Corrales' death instead of, say, a coroner or a medical examiner is because, well, Midland County doesn't have anyone in that position.
I've investigated hundreds of deaths over my 27 years and also was a major crimes investigator with the Midland County Sheriff's Department back in the 70s and 80s.
While he may not be an official medical examiner or a coroner, Judge Kobos does have the proper experience under his belt. Now, normally a medical examiner or a coroner would be in charge of a situation like this, but because Midland County doesn't have someone in this position, state law passes the baton to a Justice of the Peace.
In 4902, this subchapter applies to the inquest into a death occurring in a county that does not have a medical examiner or is not part of a medical examiner's district.
So what does the law exactly say are Judge Kobos' responsibilities when tackling an inquest? Well, Judge Kobos puts it into layman's terms.
What it charges us to do is do inquests. An inquest is an investigation, an independent investigation into the manner and cause of death of an individual.
It's not just the inquest that the Justice of the Peace needs to do. He's got other responsibilities and things to look out for.
We're charged with trying to determine the manner and cause of death, and if any criminal means were causing the death of an individual. But it's an independent investigation of a law enforcement agency.
Kobos also calls it a simultaneous and concurrent investigation with the law enforcement agency who is working the crime. Such was the case when he was called upon on January 30th, when Dan Corrales was found deceased.
They call us by telephone and let us know that they found a deceased person. We respond and start our investigation alongside whatever law enforcement agency is investigating that death as well.
Now, regarding the medical examiner and coroner positions, Judge Kobos told me that Midland County did have someone who fit this position back in the early 80s, but when that doctor retired, those duties were passed down to the Justice of the Peace. Judge Kobos also told me that Midland County Judge Terry Johnson and the rest of the county commissioners have been discussing bringing in someone who fits this position. Crystal?